So we're practicing speed talking today and speed singing, which is why I messed Kay up. Because I was like, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, so it's very hot. So today we're talking about Jacob. Everybody know who Jacob is? So, besides the kid that just went in there.
Do you want your mic?
No, I'm good. So, Jacob was a cheat, basically. He was a cheat, he was a liar, and he was a thief. Because Jacob was born with his brother Esau. He stole Esau's birthright. Because Esau comes and Esau's starving. He's like, give me some stew. And Jacob says, yeah, I'll give you some stew if you give me your birthright. So he steals it, right? Not only does he do that, he has to go one step further. He has to go trick the dad. So he has to get goat hair and put it on his arms. And go in, because Esau was a hairy person, right? Jacob wasn't. So he puts the goat fur on his arms, and he goes in to his father and says, Father, give me your blessing. Now see, when the father gives the eldest son the blessing, he's basically saying, you're it, tag, you're it. Everything is now in your hands. It's your job to take care of the family. It's your job to take care of all the goats or whatever they have. So he goes in pretending to be Esau because Dad's blind and doesn't know the difference. He can only tell by touching him. So he goes in and pretends he's Esau, and what happens? Dad says, okay, here's my blessing. And he blesses him. So that's who Jacob is. He's a cheat. He's a liar. He's a bad little boy. Not little, but still he's bad. So where we pick up today is where Jacob is running. Because, you know, when you do bad crap, what happens? You run. Normally you run. At least me. When I make a mess of things, whoo, got to go. Got to go. Got to go right now. Got to get out. So that's what we're picking up today. Genesis 28 verses 10 through 22. Jacob left Beersheba and went to Haran. He came to a certain place and camped for the night since the sun had set. He took one of the stones, set it under his head, and lay down to sleep. And he dreamed. A stairway was set on the ground, and it reached all the way to the sky. Stairway to heaven, anybody? Angels of God were going up and going down. Then God was right before him, saying, I am God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac. I'm giving the ground on which you are sleeping to you and to your descendants. Your descendants will be as the dust of the earth. They'll stretch from west to east and from north to south. All the families of the earth will bless themselves in you and your descendants. I'll stay with you. I'll protect you wherever you go. And I will bring you back to this very ground. I'll stick with you until I've done everything that I've promised you. Jacob woke up from his sleep. He said, God is in this place. Truly. And I didn't even know it. He was terrified. He whispered in awe. Incredible. Wonderful. Holy. This is God's house. This is the gate of heaven. Jacob was up first thing in the morning. He took the stone he had used for his pillow, stood it up as a memorial, and poured oil over it. He christened the place Bethel, which means God's house. The name of the town before had been Luz. Jacob vowed a vow. If God stands by me and protects me on this journey on which I'm setting out, keeps me in food and clothing, brings me back in one piece to my father's house, this God will be my God. This stone that I have set up as a memorial pillar will mark this as a place where God lives. And everything you give me, I'll return 1/10 to you. So 3 things in this one passage. You have promises. You had God promising, I won't leave you. I'll protect you. I will stay with you until I complete everything I have promised you. Then you have Jacob promising, you get me through this, I'm staying with you. You my God. That's it. No more. Which is great. It's great that we have the promises, right? But what I want to look at is the part where, nope, good guess though. The part where he wakes up and says, this place is holy. How many times have you stood in a place and you think everything's just going to shenanigans? And the whole time, Spirit was there working in that situation. How many times have you stood in the middle of your mess, in the middle of your muck, and Holy was there? Saying it's okay. You made a mess. Now let's move on. We still got work to do. Jacob stood in that place, did not know it was holy. And then when he did know it was holy, what did it change for Jacob? Was he still a lying cheat? Maybe. Was he changed? Maybe. He recognized immediately that he did stand in a holy place. How many of us recognize it every time we stand in a holy place? You can't raise your hand probably because we're really good at rushing right past all that. We're really good at, oh my God, so-and-so's on my nerves again today. And we focus on that. And we miss Spirit standing over here going, we're going to get down today. We're going to have fun today. We're going to go do some stuff. And we miss it. Because why? All of our attention is focused over here. On all of the negative. All of the yuck. All of the stuff that drags us down. Now you can go lay on a rock as your pillow if you want to. I do not recommend it. And you can say, okay, I'm going to lay on this rock. So if you really want to move in my life, come talk to me the way you did Jacob. I want the stairway to heaven. Every time I say that, I hear the music in my head. You can do that. But you don't need the rock. You're always walking with Spirit. Spirit's always walking with you. The problem is that you're not recognizing when you're standing on holy ground. You're not recognizing when you've stepped right into the midst of it. Because you're too busy looking at all the other stuff. Everybody fanning, so I'm trying to speed up and get to the ending. Which makes me lose my place. When we miss it, we have to be like Jacob. We have to immediately go, I didn't know. But now that I do know, let me worship. Let me praise. Let me tell other people. Let me do something because now I know. And I'm sorry that I missed it the first time. But now I know that I'm standing in your presence. So just let me worship. It's the moment where heaven and you collide. Holy and you collide. That moment. You either step into it or you go the other way. Now if you go the other way, I don't know what happens. I don't want to think about it. But if you step into it, well then there's this thing we call, if I can say it right, because sometimes I can't say words right, regeneration. On Doctor Who, one of my favorite shows. When you can step into this holy place and you can accept that holy is with you everywhere you go and you can take that and own it and walk in it, you're going to change. You're going to regenerate. You're going to have, like last week we talked about the fruits of the Spirit. You're going to have that. There's going to be evidence of that. There's going to be peace. There's going to be love. There's going to be hope. But are you going to own it? Are you going to own it, Facebook? Are you going to step into it and say, Holy, I didn't get it the first time, but I got it now and I'm here and let's do this. This church can only grow and it can only go as far as we will let it. Holy wants to work here. Holy wants to move. Holy wants great things to happen. But until you get out your own way, what happens? We stand up here and we sing, Come Illuminate. We stand up here and we sing, Blow, Spirit, Blow. We stand up here and sing all kinds of songs about Spirit. But when it actually comes time for us to step into that place and say, yes, this is what we want. This is what we want to do. We freak. And we run. There's a handful of people that go, I want that. And they step up. Everybody else is going, y'all a bunch of lunatics and I'm backing up. I'm going to stay over here. Because I don't even know what y'all talking about. Well, here's what we're talking about. We're talking about letting the Spirit be the leader and us be the followers. We're talking about getting out of the way. Leaving our junk, our baggage, all of our crap behind. And stepping into all the goodness that God has for us. That's what Jacob did. God shouldn't have even been aware of Jacob. I mean, if you knew all the stuff Jacob had done, would you go communicate with Jacob? Would you want to go hang out with Jacob? No. Probably not. I know I wouldn't. And if I did, y'all can judge me if you want to. I don't care. If I did, I'd be like holding on to my wallet the whole time. What you going to try to take next, Jacob? You done took Esau's birthright. What you after now? I would be nervous. If we tell the truth, we would all be nervous. Holy had no reason to go, yeah, Jacob, I'm with you. But what happened? Same thing that happens in here every week. Same thing that happens out there every day. Holy looks at you and says, you know what? You're enough. You're mine. I've made you promises, and I'm going to keep my promises. I'm going to walk with you. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to go everywhere with you. And your life is going to be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. All you got to do is say, yes, Spirit, lead me. Help me get out of the way. All you have to do is say, Holy, you were here and I missed it. I didn't even know. I'm sorry. I know now. Let's worship. Thrive MCC, that's where we're at. Holy has blown through this place a bunches of times in the past few weeks. And a lot of people have been like, what was that? All we got to do is say, sorry, we missed it. Do it one more time, and I bet we don't. Because we want to be who you want us to be. We want to walk with you. We want to be different. We want the fruits of the Spirit evident in our life, in our congregation. We would really like AC too if you could work that out. So Thrive MCC, you're right here. Holy keeps showing up week in and week out. I don't know how many of you know, but trust me, Holy shows up week in, week out. You have to decide if you're going to step into it and say, sorry, I missed it the first time. I'm not going to miss it now. Spirit, lead me. Guide me. Hold me and keep me. No matter what life throws at me, walk with me and help me be everything I'm meant to be. Help me become something other. Help me become everything that everybody else said I couldn't be. And you saw the good in me. Keep helping me. I'm burning up now. So, y'all gonna step into it?
Yes.
That's all I need. I got to quit. I'm burning up. Facebook, sorry. We love you. Bye-bye. Thank y'all.
Amen.
Yeah, we can't be doing